Hello everyone. So this is your conclusion to Make Cause Miracles, and I read the last chapter and felt ready that now I could do this video and wrap up my experience. Gabrielle starts the chapter with a little short true story, which I quickly want to share with you. In 1957, a group of Tibetan monks was informed that they would have to move their sacred shrine because a highway was being built on that line. A focal point of their inhabitants was a huge clay Buddha, which also had to be relocated. Moving the Buddha was no small feat. The monks arranged to have a crane move the Buddha to their new location. The moment they started lifting the Buddha on the crane, the clay began to crack. To make matters worse, rain was pattering down, deepening and widening the cracks. To protect the Buddha from further damage after it had been moved, the monks covered it with tarps overnight. During the evening, the head monk went under the tarps with a flashlight to check on the clay Buddha. Upon shining light on the Buddha, the monk noticed golden shimmers of light radiating from the cracks. He brought back his chisel and hammer to chip away at the clay and uncover the shimmer from within the Buddha's frame. As the monk chipped away at the clay Buddha, he realised it was not clay after all. The Buddha was made of gold. Surprised by this discovery, the monks were eager to determine the heritage of this Buddha. They learned that many centuries earlier their predecessors worshipped the Buddha in its golden form. These ancestral monks got word that the Burmese army was coming to destroy their community and attack them, so they covered the Buddha with clay to protect it. The monks were killed in the attack, but the army placed no value on the clay Buddha and therefore left it unharmed. And the reason why she puts that in this book is because it's a metaphor for who we are. Inside of all of us is a golden Buddha, but we all grow to believe that we're just made of clay. The ego's false perceptions leads the belief system to grow that we are not good enough and that we are not worthy enough, and to cover the inner light that's within. So the work that I've done for the past 6 weeks provides the tools to chip away at this clay, to chip away at the ego, and to see the light that's underneath. And the symbols are obviously the flashlight, the chisel and the hammer. So the flashlight is the willingness to change and looking at the ego's illusions. The chisel is shifting your perspective, practicing gratitude and forgiveness, and then the hammer is the embracing the miracles. So that is the process that I have gone through these last 6 weeks. Now that it's over, I realised that there are kind of 2 ways that I can go. I can continue to embrace the teachings of the course and to be committed to breaking down the ego and embracing love and light for myself and for everybody else using my inner guide. Or I can go, well, I've done that 6 weeks now and it was great, and now to move on. And slowly but surely, if I don't kind of keep an eye on it, the ego will creep back in and I'll end up where I started 6 weeks ago. I don't want that. So obviously, you have to be committed to carrying on the practices and carrying on, really working on it. It has to be a real commitment and a dedication, because if you don't, you'll end up being fearful and worried and angry and detached from people. And doing the work that I do, I can't allow that to happen, because I'm not going to inspire other people to be happy and to find their own light if I'm all fearful and angry and covered in clay. Though not literally. So yes, it has to be a real commitment. And the principles that I've learned throughout this course each week, I will take forward with me. So those 7 are to be a gentle witness to your own ego, to be willing to choose love, to shift my perspective, to foster a gratitude attitude, to practice the F word, forgiveness, to expect miracles and to reflect and recap. And if I do that consistently, then I know that I will stay on top of my ego and live with love rather than living with fear. So that is my goal. The quotes, the affirmations, and things throughout the book, I am going to write on post-it notes and put them up in my room. Not all of them, but the ones that stick with me and yeah, I feel that I can live with and, you know, use every day and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to put them up so that they're always there for me to see and to keep me focused. So, and I am definitely committed to using them and to keeping her work in mind. Her next book is out next month, and I can't wait for it to come out and see what else she has in store, because